We are back in Italy, and like many adventures on this trip, it starts with me and my backpack at the train station. Today we're headed to the iconic Lake Como, and after a quick train ride, we headed to check into our hotel. 3 twins! Both me, my sister, and my mom all like to sleep alone, so we were very happy to see 3 separate beds. This is bigger than the room! Bidet. Oh yeah, bidet. Toilet. This place is huge. Heck.
Is this butt wash?
Is this like a shutter?
What the?
Ah! Guys, I feel like I'm Belle in like Beauty and the Beast. She like opens up the shutter. Yeah. After getting settled in a little bit at the hotel, we took some time to research and kind of come up with a game plan before we hit the streets. And the main activity for today was to go on this mountain elevator thingy. It's basically like a cable car on the side of a mountain, and it takes you up to the top.
Oops, I did it wrong. Oh, I think it worked.
It was super crowded and very hot, but wow, was it a time saver. As someone who climbs their fair share of mountains, something about this was just, it was like a dream. Like when you're at your lowest point on a hike and you don't think you're gonna make it and all you want is an elevator to take you to the top, that's exactly what this was. The views at the top were incredible. You could see a lot of the city sights from up there.
Whoever put that big, what is that, like soccer or something?
And I don't know why I was surprised by this, but when we got up there, it was like a whole mini town. There were shops, restaurants, there was a big giant church, of course. But the main thing to do is kind of walk through these neighborhoods and check out these very old Italian houses with the amazing view of Lake Como. There was also this kind of funky little fountain cave on the walk.
Just look at that. Look like the bun.
And this was genuinely one of my favorite moments in Italy, just because we were up above all the craziness of down there and the streets were really beautiful and quiet. But of course, there's gelato down in the city. So that's where we went.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
And I'm not usually like an ice cream gelato type of person, but it's just different there. I don't know. Then we walked over to the Como Cathedral where we saw Janeway's Italian cousin. Janeway! It turns out that smaller compact bands are actually really popular over in Europe.
Where we just were.
And weirdly enough, there was a McDonald's across the street from the Como Cathedral, and I wanted to just like pop my head in and see if there was anything weird on the menu. And there definitely was, because they had these cheesy bacon fries, and they also had these mini calzones, which apparently are from like southern central Italy, so that was pretty cool. Oh, and their McDonald's had like macarons. And yes, I am interested in what they serve at international McDonald's. Don't tell me that's not culture. I'm from the United States and that's like what our culture is. And that was our first day in Lake Como, but our second day in Lake Como is when I had to address some housekeeping concerns.
Today though is the first day I've run out of like socks and underwear. So this is like detergent and I'm gonna wash some of my clothes in the sink. Oh, and I brought the classic Ziploc of toiletries.
I feel like a lot of people can run into that habit where they feel like they need to buy a bunch of stuff for a new trip. Go get the mini deodorant, the mini toothpaste, throw it in a Ziploc bag, and that's all you need. And you guys know that I have been known to overpack in the past, especially for road trips in my van, but I feel like packing is just something that you get better at with practice, and I was actually really proud of what I packed this time.
I got one bag and I have one bigger cube of clothes and one smaller cube. I have this thing that's holding most of my camera stuff. Right now it's kind of all out because I'm charging stuff. And this has been my daily bag, which is crazy because I've never carried a handbag in my life, but it's super handy because it fits my camera and just like snacks and stuff for the day, sunglasses, stuff like that. And it still looks cute. So yeah, we're not staying anywhere that long, so I kind of haven't really unpacked. It's just all been inside of the bag, which seems to be working pretty well.
I feel like I do better when I have to get on a plane because you will never catch me paying for a checked bag. I kind of have to pack light just because of that. And with my undies all washed and set out to dry, day 2 in Lake Como was all about walking around in my princess dress and checking out the villas. Lake Como is known for these, and they're basically just these really ginormous old Italian houses that are super pretty. You can tour them, and some people would like rent them out to get married in. Anakin and Padme got married at one in Star Wars. So we just really wanted to check one of these out. And the closest one to us was Villa Almo. So we just kind of wandered around the lake, stopped a lot, took a lot of pictures, and then we ended up at Villa Almo. Now, it was actually closed for renovation, so we couldn't go inside, but I'm a big flower person, so I was really just there for the gardens anyway.
Tractor sleigh. I'm scared of going here. Mom, you're so brave.
You can just hear the water. I'm so brave. Come on.
I'm scared.
See, we're already at the back of the Look, all done.
I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there.
We took a little rest on the lawn of the villa, and I feel like we did a really good job of just taking it easy and having more of a chill day when we needed one. At this point in the trip, fatigue had definitely set in. Even on our more chill days, we were still averaging like 12 miles a day, so we were definitely putting in the work. And as we were walking back to our hotel, we decided to stop into a grocery store. And this is actually something that I try to do in every country that I visit because there's always these little subtle differences that I think are really fun to experience.
To keep it right? Like cute takeaway.
For example, in the US, we keep our eggs in the refrigerator, but a lot of places around the world, and I think most places, keep them at room temperature. The first time I ever saw that was when I was in Vietnam, and I remember it blowing my mind.
Oh my god, little baby eggs. That's a lot of wine. Okay, cheese. More cheese. Lots of meat. More meat. Nutella obsession. This thing is as big as my face.
And I don't know why, but Italy loves Nutella. Like, this wasn't the only store that we experienced this at. I saw every Nutella product known to man while I was in Italy in every little corner store.
This is just one grocery store. You can get them by the pack. What's this? In a jar?
We got more bomb pasta, some drinks.
It's an art.
Pizza cutting.
And yes, we are all 3 morning people. So pretty much every night of this trip, we were in bed pretty early. I think I wore this like 15 times.
I'm tired.
The longest we stayed anywhere was 3 days max, but it was usually 2, and traveling like this can get very exhausting. You never truly get comfortable anywhere, you never really unpack, you kind of just see the sights and pack it all back up. Now, I'm not complaining. This trip was all about seeing as much of Europe as I could. I wanted to know where I would want to come back to, and I just really wanted to get the most bang for my buck. So this style of travel was fine, but it definitely was tiring.
Tuck and squeeze. Tuck and squeeze.
Holy crap, this is the best day ever. And just when we thought we were getting the hang of the trains, we were supposed to be on car 1, but we got on the car on the exact opposite. Like, we thought we were getting one, but we weren't. And we had to walk through every single car to get to our spots. This would have been really nice.
I keep accidentally clicking the...
And this is what I mean by, like, sometimes when you travel, you just stick out like a sore thumb and you just have to freaking own it. We don't know what we're doing. And that's fine. And remember how I said I was trying to get a little taste of where I would want to come back to? Switzerland. Switzerland is so high on the list. This train ride blew my mind. The lakes, the mountains, the little communities, like 100% am coming back here.
Holy frick.
This was without a doubt the best train ride we had. We had the beautiful views and we loaded up on a bunch of snacks before we got on.
Action. Good job. Paprika. And these are in a bag and there's no salt on them.
And of course, we were identifying more birds along the way too.
A new bird.
It was overall just a really enjoyable ride to Basel, Switzerland. We hopped on our first car of the entire trip, and this was probably the longest I had ever gone without getting in a car. And we got to our new hotel. Holy crap, I do! This place is nice! Yes! I think some of you were surprised that I wasn't doing the whole hostel thing because I do a lot of budget travel. But I think that you would find if you're one person, a hostel makes sense. But if you're traveling in a small group, it's probably more economical to just get a hotel and have all the benefits that come with having a hotel. Nice she is. This is like really tall ceiling.
It's actually air conditioned, thank the Lord Jesus.
That's a huge room.
It really is huge.
Plus, this was definitely more of like a family trip, so completely different vibe. I've done the hostel thing before and I'll definitely do it again, just not this time. Anyway, we hit the streets and it was very obvious right away that we're in a completely different country. This is not Italy anymore. It's very open, like a lot of empty space.
I love it.
Scary.
Yeah, like, oh, so that's his surname. Like,
And it's so crazy to me how just wandering around can get you so far in Europe. Like, you turn the street and next thing you know, you're like in a random castle and you're just like chilling.
I don't think I would survive dance class. I never did.
And one thing we saw that was just so weird, and I didn't want to be creepy, so I didn't like film it a whole lot, but people swim in the fountains, like the fountains on the street. And the first time we saw it, I was just like so annoyed. I was like in my head thinking, what are you doing? Like, get out of the fountain. Like, that's so disrespectful. But every single fountain we passed by, people were swimming in. And we looked it up and it's actually like normal and encouraged to be swimming in these fountains. Life is hard enough. Why are we depriving ourselves? And you know, maybe if I would have got in the fountain, I wouldn't have felt so drained at the end of the day, because that was our first day in Switzerland. Next, we are headed to Germany, so subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.